Welcome to the AOR Formula Renault 2.0 series here on Apex Racing TV. I am Sam Fitzpatrick, and alongside me, also on the cameras, is Alex Simpson, and we're here at the very, very tricky Montreal circuit, half street circuit, half track, and should be an awesome race today. And yeah, Alex, it's a circuit which really does present a lot of challenges to the drivers. It's all about getting that balance between the risk and the caution to make sure that you win races around here.
Yep, hello everyone, good to be back here. Love this place. Real driver's track, and yeah, you've kind of got to put it all on the line if you want a quick lap around here. Risk a bit of everything. A few drivers will be doing that in qualifying. You may even see some surprises up in that top 10 because that risk against the caution, as you say, there can be can be some drivers really go for it. I personally have seen it in the World Championship where Kazuki got himself a pole position in the World Championship race, and he literally kamikazed the chicanes on that lap and nailed it one time and got himself a pole. Fantastic it was. So yeah, let's wait and see if we get something similar here today.
Yeah, I think we should. And yeah, just to back your point about it being a driver's circuit, I'd say for me this is probably my favourite circuit to hot lap round. Just the every lap you can seem to get closer and closer to the walls, take a little bit more curb, and it really is a great challenge. It's certainly one of the best circuits in the world. In the championship, René Oosterkamp still leads the series. He didn't manage to make the last round at Spa, but he still got a comfortable lead, 78 points back to Patrick Kessler. We don't think the championship will be decided today, as long as Kessler just has a few decent results. I think it will go down to the final round. But then back is Charlie Summers, and he's certainly outspit 116 points off the lead. Godin's been on a good run recently, but couldn't quite get the win at Belgium. And then it's Phil Reed, Lubomir March, Christian Takacs, Nolden, Herman, and Lindstrom rounding out the top 10. And of course, Alex Oosterkamp's been just superb this season. But we've got a couple of new drivers. I think Harrison Finch is up there, and also Robin Bonden. I think they're going to be good challenges to him.
Yeah, I haven't seen those guys before, so that'll be interesting to see how they go. Harrison is in the data sheet, so he's had potential to have raced, but hasn't yet. So yeah, and I tell you what, we've seen a lot of drivers come on form as well, and that's made it quite interesting. And you know what, I sort of almost struggle in a way to see how René is so far ahead, because yes, he has drove well and he has picked up some good results, but the likes of Kessler, he's been so consistent as well, but only just a couple of places down. I really wouldn't have thought he'd have been that far behind, so it does surprise me, it really does, especially as I feel like René's missed more races as well. So maybe that's just the drops playing in. You said off air that some of them have to count though, so it's all a bit weird for me. But yeah, it's just goes to show that actually while when the races that hasn't been winning, he's been picking up mega amounts of points as well.
Yeah, the 12 races he started this season, he's got 10 podiums. He's been absolutely superb. I'll just go through his results. First, sixth, fifth, third, first, third, second, first, second, first, second. So he's been pretty good, hasn't he? Just been absolutely relentless. Yeah, like I said, hasn't finished outside the top 6 in any race that he's entered. Hasn't had any DNFs or anything. He's been absolutely superb. Kessler, like you said, has been super consistent, but kind of just had a couple of poor rounds. I see a 17th and a 14th and a DNF as well. And yeah, just struggles to get the podiums, really. Only got 3 this season. But yeah, he's still had a fantastic season. But at the moment, Josh Thompson is on the pole position. He really had a chance to win Spa. I thought Alex Spa last week was, in my opinion, the race of the season. And Josh and Phil Reed and Kessler and so many others just had a brilliant chance to win, and we had an awesome kind of final 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a real fun race, and the way it all panned out with a couple of little spins here and there really brought it together at the end, kind of thing. And yeah, I remember Josh saying he was done with the Formula Renault after that race.
Yes, he
But
did. Yeah.
yet, here he is again. And what's interesting actually is Josh is sporting a Red Bull or Toro Rosso livery, I think it is. I'm not really sure on that Renault, and not a Radicals livery, which is interesting. Maybe
Yeah.
I haven't.
Well.
Maybe I haven't seen an announcement. Maybe there's some sort of announcement somewhere that I haven't seen. So, but yeah.
Well, he did say that Radicals were going to enter the V8s online, wasn't he? Didn't
Hmm.
he? Last Saturday. So I, I, I feel like he might just be testing out the skin. I'm hoping so, because yeah, of course, Josh, I think has been with Radicals. I don't know how long, but yeah, hopefully.
5 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's not been long. So,
Yeah.
of course, Josh is was a former Apex Racing UK driver, so I know he's not been there too long. So, but yeah, no, I don't know. Just sort of beavering over to Facebook at the moment just to see if there's any kind of posts or anything else that I need to be made aware of or anything like that. Can't see anything, so yeah, maybe you're right. Just testing out the livery. So I hope so, and I hope there's not a falling out or anything.
Oh yeah. Either way, he is on pole position at the moment, and Johan Hart, we just see Glenn Key with a bit of an incident. Yeah, Johan Hart currently in second place. Good to see him back up there. I think Hart has missed a couple of rounds. Just trying to find him in the championship, but he's missed quite a few rounds this season. But when he has been around, just looking back, he's got two. He's started 3 races. 2 of them have been seconds. So he's been really competitive when he has been able to turn up half, and he's looking good out there right now.
Just hearing on the chat, sorry Sam, that for some reason feel a couple of drivers overrides have been reset from the last one. So Scott, if you're listening, stop overriding my work. I reset him in the last one, did I feel? So yeah, he needs to be in the purple team. It's showing as purple for me, so I don't really understand that.
So is that Reed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he's purple.
Showing as purple. Yeah, it still was purple, so I don't know what that is. Maybe that's just the livery. Yeah, and I can't help the trading paints, I'm afraid, guys. That's up to them to make sure they update.
So we're now watching I.M. Keeman, currently in 18th position. He's had a few good rounds recently, looking to get more top 10s. And let's just see how he attacks this final chicane. So difficult to nail, and he's got that pretty good, but he has run out of time to finish that lap. And we can now take you through the grid. So it's Josh Thompson on pole position here at Montreal, followed by Johan Hart in second place. Patrick Kessler, good qualifying from him, beating his teammate in third. Harrison Finch starts in fourth. Phil Reed fifth. Scott Newton, one of his best qualifyings of the season, in sixth. Christian Takacs in seventh. Robin Bonden in eighth. Rene Osterkamp, we don't see that very often, down in ninth position, but he was second in practice, so certainly expects him to move up the field. Then it's Daniel Morris in 10th, and then it's Alexei Sorokin, Erkan Lindstrom, Luke Barton, Glenn Key, Evan R.T. Imre, David Butler, Connor Ryan, I.M. Keeman, Jordan Pierce, Tom Van Humen, Marvin Sleeman, Robert Plumley, Joseph Ringrose, Alec Hudson, Andrew Woodhouse, Enric Andre, despite seeing him down there, he's usually very competitive, Alistair Hay and Sarah Dove. Those guys not getting a lap in as we are lining up on the grid. And it's should be 2x2 through those first few corners, shouldn't it, Alex? But it can turn into a bit of a bottleneck, can't it?
Yeah, indeed it can. And usually, if it's going to be a crash, it's going to be in those first couple of corners, I'm afraid. And yeah, so sorry, just to correct myself as well. The reverse, it was the wrong way around. He was purple. He should be orange. I've just changed it on the data sheet, so hopefully, yeah, Scott can remember that and not overwrite it next time. Next time. So, right, which means his livery's right as well.
Just waiting for a few more drivers. Phil Reed is yet to get on the grid along with Evan Imre. He's now on there, so it's just Phil Reed in 5th, and he is now on the grid. So we are just seconds away from the start here at Montreal. And away we go. And Thompson's off to a good start, just ahead of Hart. Can Kessler get involved? He may drop down to 4th, but he's deep is Kessler. Oh, contact between the leading two. And Thompson's round, Kessler's out, or round as well. There's Imre, and collisions there. Oh, what a terrible start for them lot. But it is Hart in the lead. Finch up 2 positions, Newton's up to 3rd. But, down the inside now. And through goes Finch, past Hart, who may well have damage after that contact. And Newton will be next, but, what a terrible start for the leaders there.
Honestly, I'm just watching it back, obviously, on the actual YouTube video, which is 30 seconds delayed. And it's not good. It really isn't. I mean, when you... Thompson's the innocent victim there. You know, I can see a million miles away exactly what's going to happen when somebody sticks their nose in there. So God knows why the driver in 2nd place couldn't see that as well. Shocking driving. Sorry, gotta call it out when I see it.
Well, Hart is still in 2nd place, and he doesn't seem to have too much damage, although Newton's getting close down into the final chicane. And this is a great chance for Newton. He's been so unlucky this season, but you know what? That first lap, he was extra lucky to get through unscathed. Also wasn't good for the championship leader in René Osterkamp. Actually, he's up to 6th now, so didn't work out too bad for him. And Newton under pressure from Bonden, and he's up 4 positions. Sirotkin up 6 from 10th. Osterkamp's just lost a position to Lindstrom, so he won't be happy about that. And just side by side behind as well, Key and Reed. Key is up 6 positions. Reed was, I think, had to take evasive action. And, he can't quite fight back through that one. And, he's down into P9. So, disappointed for Phil Reed. And it's really close down here. Wow. He runs into the back of him. And, even more contact potentially. And Reed somehow got through there. Even from attack to defense to attack again. And now side by side, just behind Key and Barton. Barton's trying to go down the inside. Keys, he's going to try to fight back again, but he just has to duck in behind. But brilliant fighting there, brilliant move from Phil Reed.
Yeah, a bit frantic. I think Phil had one place he could go on the track to avoid spinning, and that was it. Just happened to pick up a place at the same time. They're still battling, going down into the hairpin as Key finds himself fast, and Barton, he'll get the better exit there. But I'm not sure if he's going to have enough momentum to clear him by the end of the straight. It's just going to be a straight out drag race, and the guys in front are about 6/10 up the road, so just outside the slipstream zone.
I think Osterkamp's got damage.
Oh,
Jesus, it's super close. Can Key hold on? You can't really go around the outside. Might try it, but no, he ducked out well. But this time, and now just behind, that's Butelar trying to get involved, and Butelar's going to get at least one of them, I think. Around the outside of turn 1, will turn into the inside into the next one. And side by side just ahead now. And so nearly contact, and Barton has got the move done. Osterkamp really seems to be struggling a lot down the straights, and that record of not finishing outside the top 6, I think, is going to come to an end today. Just taking the wall.
The minute you stop, you can't, you know. So as these two are starting to fight as well, Phil Reed and Lindstrom, I say starting, they're well and truly. Did I hear someone perhaps lose? Was that into the wall?
Big contact behind.
That was Osterkamp into the wall again?
Keyman is down.
And jumped back to the pits, I think, as well. Has he?
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Yeah, Thompson in. Yeah, Keyman back to pits as well, so. Okay. Right, I was going to say, have things calmed down enough for us to have a little look at the start again, but actually, no, it hasn't, because the Key and Barton at it again at the hairpin. They love it down there.
Well, it seems as though, no, it's difficult to tell, but I think Barton might be a little bit faster. Key goes to the outside. Does he have enough overspeed? Maybe a little bit more straight line speed in that car. And he's just pulling ahead. He needs to be so brave on the brakes around the outside here. And yeah, just has to back out again. I think he's not going to have a run down his turn 1.
Just not worth the risk, you know, trying to go through there. If the guy bumps you over the curb and you're on the outside, you get the slowdown penalty and they just get away scot-free. So they're always in the high ground. Yeah, you know, if either they're on the ahead of you going in, so they push you on the inside, or ahead of you going on the inside, so they push you to the outside.
Andrew Woodhouse, by the way, is up 7 positions from 25th on the grid up into 18th. He's having a nice little battle with Alistair Hay, actually. And staying ahead of Alistair Hay. Hay right in the tow though, and Sluman will be trying to get involved as well. Would he defend this one? And for now, he can. Just taking for Joseph Ringrose, and he's still down in 23rd, so I wonder if he got involved in a bit of a collision. But yeah, Woody's having a nice little round. Aimed for points, I think that's top 16, and that's looking very possible right now.
Yeah, a lot of strategy still to play out as well.
Oh, Hart's has had a little bit of an issue. Hart's gone from 2nd to 4th, I think.
Let's see if I can find out what that was about. Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, it was on the last lap. He did a 35, and Newton did a 33.7. So must have made a mistake.
Well, we see the overtake where Newton got him. So it's just like a straightforward overtake. Just looks like he lost 2 places actually.
Yeah, seems so.
Yeah, and I can see the one where Robin Brandon got him as well. So that's going down into the hairpin. You're right. So he just lost 2 places in really a couple of corners, and that really hurt him. Don't know why he didn't have the straight line speed, because he should have been tucked up behind Bonden.
Yeah, I was thinking that he might have a bit of damage from the first lap, but it seemed like it was just tyre to tyre, and I can't see any damage on that car, so it should be fine. But yeah, Bonden up into 2nd place now. He was quarter of a second faster than Harrison Finch on that last lap. New fastest lap of the race, and here's a battle, and Osterkamp, they might have a slowdown there, but he's just so slow down the straights. I feel like so fun.
It's that wing damage. No, it's not that side. That side's okay. We can't see it from there either. So, but yeah. Oh, that is key. That would help as well. There it is. Spotted and seeing. So yeah. Actually, let's stay on board with him here, and we'll see how bad the damage is. Because if Key can actually pull away while he's in the draft, then you just know. And,
oh yeah, there he goes.
That is exactly what he's doing, even though he's in the draft. So no chance for any when it's that bad. You know, painful. There's nothing worse. And I tell you what, there's no way a little bit of damage on the wing does that much damage. Come on, iRacing, sort out that damage model. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I'm going to say it every week until you fix it.
Well, of course, it's not compromising him through the corners one bit, and as far as I'm aware, the front wing isn't exactly designed to go faster down the straights. So, yeah, maybe adjust that as well. But just to point out, so Rotkin is having an awesome round out there. He's in P4. He's now ahead of Hart, so Hart's just dropped another position then. So he's down to 5th. Reed isn't really making the progress that I thought he would do. Easily got past about 4 drivers, Osterkamp, Key, Barton and Lindstrom in quick succession. And he's still 1.7 seconds behind Hart. That's
why. As we take a look at Hart's front wing, we see that he's got very similar damage to Rennie out there, actually. So that could be why he's struggling and just dropping back, and couldn't keep up with Robin when Scott went past him. So, of course, I mean, he did make contact with Josh, didn't he, at the start? So, and on that side as well. So I'm not surprised that he got a little bit of damage there. And Osterkamp going to lose a place to Andre here. Well, gets it back because Enrique just went a little bit deep into the hairpin, but actually I think he's going to have enough straight line speeds that he's just going to breeze up to him and ease past. Here he comes.
Yep, Andre started in 26th position, up into 10th now. Just think where he would have been if it weren't for if he managed to get a quali lap in. He would have been right with the leaders.
What? You
Because
say
he's
that,
super
or he could have
competitive.
been involved in that big crash, right?
Or that, yeah.
Oh, who's there into the wall? Someone into the wall in the background. Wall of Champions claims a victim. It was a big hit. I'm not sure who it was.
Oh,
I think it was
Ryan?
Connor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Connor Ryan, I think. Let's see if we can get a little replay of that one. Because I don't think it would count as a.
Well, it should count as a 4x, shouldn't it? Or is this just off tracks?
It was just, yeah, it's just, let me see. Well, yeah. Oh, I'm not sure I can bring it back. It's not bringing it up on the event viewer. How disappointing. Yeah, and that was for it. Yeah, I tell you what, we will get it there. There's a wait. Well, that's the aftermath of it. Anyway. Yeah, that's the aftermath.
So he seemed to unsteer, didn't he?
Yeah, as so easy happens. Wing damage, everything just gets out of the way, really.
Art's lost another position now to Phil Reed. So Reed's up into 5th. I told you that I was expecting a little bit more progress, but he is now making up those positions up into P4 after that really unlucky start where it had nothing to do with the incident, but had to take evasive action, I think, and drop to the lower ends of the top 10. But he's now back up into 5th and might be able to get a podium, but currently it's Harrison Finch 2.5 seconds out in the lead. He's losing a little bit of time to Robin Bonden, but not enough currently. And now we're watching Luke Barton having to defend from Key still. These two just won't let each other go.
No, I've been with them, and of course they've got Andres joined the party, so to speak, in this one. Oh, a little bit wide there for Barton. Gonna make himself a little bit vulnerable here. Great run. Key has to look one way, can't go, gets covered off, goes trying to look around the outside. It's never the best line through here, and has to settle back in. And actually, Andre almost able to surprise a move. It's a good run too. This could be 3 wide coming out of the hairpin, I tell you. So close going in. Oh, that's late on the brakes from both drivers behind Barton. Oh, good exit though from.
Yeah, really nice.
From Luke there, absolutely fantastic. It could save him losing 2 places, but I don't know. These things do wind up a lot when they get going in that draft. Oh, it's just going to be 1 to the inside. Oh, he's forcing his way. I reckon Andre's going to be leading coming out. Oh, he was just a bit too close.
And here comes Enric.
Yeah, he was just too close. Otherwise, he'd have had the overspeed on both of them. He couldn't quite get that sort of drive off the corner that he wanted. I could see the idea, but just couldn't quite pull it off. He's got the 1 spot, but he so could have had both.
Oh, Osterkamp's out. Osterkamp has got big issues.
It's in the pits. We're expecting pit stops. We're expecting.
So yeah.
Calm down.
I do this every week. I can't believe it. Him and Hart and Morris all in. Morris had a great qualifying, but I don't think it's worked out for him in the race due to that first lap incident, where it's difficult to tell who was involved in that because, of course, if you're on the outside of the circuit, you're either going to make contact or have to take evasive action. So all those drivers in, clearly to fix the damage, and maybe Osterkamp could get back into the top 8, but I think that'll be as far as he'll get because he did drop down to about P13.
Reed and Sorokin, this has been bubbling for a little while, hasn't it? And they're trying to hunt down Newton ahead. Lap times, last time by was 0.2 of a second advantage for Phil Reed, so he's going to get the run. He's going to be quite late if he goes for a move. He has a little look, but I just think he's a bit too far back. Set him up more for the next part. If anything, get the Wall of Champions chicane out the way. Good exit, but not enough to get the move done. So, and this time by there were I'm just trying to see what they were doing compared to Scott. They were sort of a couple of tenths quicker than. No, they weren't. They were a tenth slower than Scott that time as well. And actually, Sorokin another half second off. So he's clearly looking in his rearview mirror rather than looking ahead of him.
Just looking at Sirotkin's results so far this season, he's had 1/6, 1/9, and 5/10. So good at getting these top tens. And but this would be his best result of the season potentially. But here comes Reed. Just looks to the inside. I think this is just a matter of time really, because Reed's been making great progress through the field after that poor start, which I mentioned previously. Sirotkin was probably the main benefactor of the start, and will he look to the inside here, Reed? Oh, he's going to go for it. And will that leave him vulnerable maybe for the back straight?
I think it will. Although actually not a very good
not.
exit from Sirotkin as we jump back on board with him. But he nailed that exit.
Oh, he's going to
right on him.
Oh, he's just looking to the inside. I don't think he's too interested, to be honest. Maybe feels he can get into the slipstream now and maybe pull him up to Newton, because in this 40-minute race he's not going to be able to take on Phil Reed.
Finch with the fastest lap of the race, just went purple, 132.755, so he's flying out there really now. Fairly sizable. I say sizable, it's 1.6 seconds, isn't it? So not massive. It's still under a little bit of pressure from Robin Bondon.
Yeah, the gap had been coming down, but that lap from Finch is it was quite important. It's great to see two drivers come into the series. This is their first round of the season, I think. And yeah, absolutely flying out there. Not from the same teams. Harrison Finch, Positive Sim Racing, whilst Robin Bondon is a privateer. But yeah, good to see drivers up there. And Robert Plumley's just gone up into P9, by the way. Butela's into the pits.
Oh, well, you cursed him. You cursed him.
Sorry, Robert. He was having a great run out there.
And I heard last night, actually, Rob apparently is now doing Twitch streaming full time, and he's trying to get his his partnership. I'm not 100% sorry, I'm not a Twitch guy, but he's trying to get his partnership with Twitch. You can see Twitch all over his car. So guys, do go check out his channel on Twitch. Obviously, I'm assuming he's streaming right now, and yeah, make sure you give him a sub, because I'd love to see some iRacers, doing that sort of thing full time. That'd be awesome. It's exactly what we need for sim racing, just to turn it into a sort of reach the bigger audiences. And it's awesome that Rob's done that, and it shows that you don't have to be like one of the front runners or to grab an audience as well. So yep, big up Rob, and yeah, but after you sub, come back here though, of course.
Yeah, that was a great move there from Plumley to move back up into the top 10, but of course after pit stops may not turn out that well. Actually, this is kind of the centre of the action really, where the closest drivers are. Hayes still making his way up through the field. Keys dropped down to 13th, and he hasn't made a pit stop, so he must have made a mistake, I think, because he was with Bartson, wasn't he? So yeah, that must have actually been quite a serious mistake from Key. And Dove is now in just behind. Dove starts in 28th position, up 14 places, so having a good run up there.
Nice stuff. Just having a look, see who the driver. So yeah, it is Half who is the furthest up the field that's had the pit stop. So that was a reasonable stop, even though it was going to be a front wing change as well. So 10.5 seconds. But first of the drivers to pit. The pit lane's been quite busy. I mean, I keep seeing the graphic pop up to show people in the pit, but really it's the sort of middle half to second half of the field that's decided to jump in early, and the front runners just all seem to be holding out a little bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the gap between the two leaders is just 1 second. We'll just watch this though. Hay coming against Van Human. And yeah, Hay down the inside, and pretty comfortable for Hay. So he's making good progress actually. He's now up into 11th, but yeah, in the lead down to 8.5 tenths now. So Bondon has brought that gap from about 3.5 seconds to the 1 second that it is now in the past kind of 20 minutes or so. Newton's 8 seconds behind these guys, so certainly a 2-horse race for the win. And yeah, will Bondon be aiming to get this one done before the pit stops, or will he think, if I can just stay close enough, maybe
Ah,
save a little bit of fuel, maybe don't have to take so much fuel at the pit stops? I think
ah,
maybe Bondon could get the overcut or something.
I think you've got to, I think you got to try and go for it beforehand, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. No
Then,
point in waiting. You'll lose the kind of the momentum that you
yeah,
had if
yeah.
you don't do it now, sort of thing.
Oh, contact. I think Finch hit the wall there, didn't he? I heard something. I don't know if you did, Alex.
It's possible. I can see a bit of damage, but you get that so much around here, don't you? That phantom damage.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll stay with Finch for a second. Let's see if that wing just pops back in as well.
Down to 6 tenths now. So that last lap, Finch did a 33.19. Bondon did a 32.76. So it's definitely coming down 4 tenths on that last lap. Hayes into the pits, by the way. And Bondon just constantly closing in. And they are coming up into back markers now.
That damage hasn't gone away. I think he has grazed the wall there and caused a bit of damage to that front wing. So you watch, in about 10 seconds, it'll go plop. Back to normal.
Well, is it worth him pitting now, you think, and getting that fixed, but leave him vulnerable for the overcut?
I don't know, to be honest. If he's all of a sudden off the pace by, which honestly it looks like he is. I mean, last lap was 33.1. Let's see what he does this time. I mean, one than having a little look, it's just a little bit too far back. But again, if this is in sort of 33.2 territory, then maybe, because
Oh, look at that run. And going for the lead now is Bondon. Around the outside, nearly make contact between the two of them. Around the outside he goes, he'll have the inside for the next one. And Finch is going to have to lose out there. Brilliantly from Bondon. Got an amazing exit from the final corner. And that might be the decisive move because he's had better pace throughout this race. Oh,
yeah.
and into the wall. Is that... Oh, that's Woodhouse, I think.
It is Woody.
Yeah.
Sorry, Woody. We're going to see if we can get that up on replay. He'll curse me later. Oh, I just lost it coming out, didn't he?
That's a painful one, isn't it?
Easy done. Rear wing gone. Yeah, so Finch, he's got to come in this lap, hasn't he? Clearly that... No, it's not... There we go, just as I was about to say, clearly it's the damage, and it fixes. I hate this track for that sometimes. So it's just genuine on pace, isn't it? So, yeah, Robin really absolutely flying out there. Simple as that. Great stuff. But I will point out, the fastest man out there at the moment is Kessler. He did the fastest lap of the race. And, yeah, absolutely flying.
Yeah, he lost so much at the start, didn't he?
Look at that wing in perfect condition now. You have to wonder, though, just for that little bit of time. At what, a lap? Did he have the damage? Is that the way the sim works? It's like, well, you've got it, and it's like, actually, no, you haven't got it. And then the car's all of a sudden right again. Who knows?
Andre was extremely fast on that last lap. He's closing in on Sorokin. I don't think that's going to take too long for him to oh, sorry, it's 6 seconds currently, so he's got a while to catch up. And Barton's now into the pits along with Van Heumen.
Yeah, so he's what, 4/10 of a second quicker. So you're right. I mean, that's not going to take an awful lot of time, is it? So, is there that amount of time left, though? I mean, that's still 12. That's going to be 12, 13 laps, and we're over halfway now, 16 laps in. So that's going to take every lap to get back to him at that kind of pace. It'll be tight.
Barton's come out ahead of Osterkamp, by the way. So Barton was running in about P7, so that gives us a little bit of a reference. where Osterkamp really is in this race, because he pitted in P13, and Barton, I think, was a relatively fair eighth on the track. So that top 8 for Osterkamp should be pretty certain, I think. But I think any further than that, I think catching up to Lindstrom and certainly Andre will be far too much. So I think we might just have to settle for that P8. But first, he's got to get past Barton.
They're lapping well as well, those guys, so they're not slow at all. And Barnes is having a pretty decent race as well. So.
Do you think Kessler's pit stop was what was actually his proper fuel stop? Because it was only 3 seconds. I was wondering maybe if he'd pitted on the first lap or so to fix that front wing, because he was right down the field straight away.
Oh, maybe, yeah, you might be right, actually. Might be exactly what's going on there, so we'll have to wait and see if he comes in again. So, but I think you can pit quite early with damage and make it, but I'm not sure that early. Talking to sort of Scott off air, who's, yeah, I'm not going to curse him, saying he's having a good race, because look at the state of that car. That wing looks absolutely destroyed as well. So, but yeah, you don't want to be an Aussie on sort of, what, they're an American servers, or is it a European server? It's a Euro server. It'd be even worse. So
I feel I should be able to know. Is it just on the info tab?
Not sure, actually.
We'll find out, I think. It might be on the website or something, but yeah, either way, we're seeing plenty of netcode issues for Newton, and he's now into the pits. I remember, I think it was Okayama, the first round we covered of this series, and he got completely netcoded. The driver was on his inside, about 2 meters away from him, and somehow made contact. But this is looking interesting now. I thought maybe Bondon would be able to run off into the distance, but I don't know if he's maybe made a little bit of contact with the wall. But all of a sudden, it's Finch with undoubtedly the pace advantage. Bondon managed to make the move on him at turn 1 just a few laps ago, but now Finch is on that last lap was 9/10 quicker, so gained half a second in the final sector. So super quick right now from Finch.
Yeah, Finch using the slipstream well, and perhaps getting a bit of confidence. Nothing like sometimes having a driver just a little bit ahead of you, just helps you spot your braking points just a little bit better. Go for a move up the inside on the brakes. Oh, and do you know what? Makes the apex beautifully
still
as well.
side by side, I think. Oh, no, Bondon's going to come back. Can he get the overspeed? Can he get the momentum? Oh, and he's just giving him the inside. It's Finch. Oh, I question that one.
Yep.
Unless maybe he's coming into the pits.
Oh, there is that. Oh, and surely now's the time to do it. You held him up enough. You're on the line. Straight into the pit lane. Oh, they're both coming in. It's a race to the line. Oh, who's the bravest? I think the car just ahead.
Still. Oh, that's incredible. I was thinking, what happens if they both come in? But that was a little bit dangerous there. From,
so who's ahead on the pit lane? Because there's someone got to wait. Well, it'll only be Finch when it'll have to wait. That's awfully gentlemanly of him as well to come into the actual lane to let him into the lane. I'd have been right out. Oh, I'd be like, nope.
Oh, oh my goodness! It's Finch ahead. Then he's got the lead again. That's fantastic. Finch and Bondon having a superb battle out there, and Finch retakes it. So that would have been a lot worse for Bondon though if Finch hadn't have come into the pits. But they've both got away with it and race on, because Bondon generally has had the better pace, I'd say, in this event. But yeah, Finch has just been very resilient.
Yep, and I think those two are going to race that. We've got just a little over 10 minutes to go as well, so I think they're going to go at it for the rest of the race, almost guaranteed. A few other people pitting, and a lot of position changes going on at the moment with those in the box. You're right, and Kessler jumped into the pit, so you were right. You did. There was a first lap thing, and that's why his lap times were so good as well. Oh, so close on the braking. Oh, into the hairpin. Newton and Andre. Newton with a 12.47 second stop. That has to be the wing. I saw damage on his wing, and I
Oh,
thought
he might have changed the lead. I think they're side by side.
you look away.
So Finch hangs on, took the inside.
Oh,
Oh, and here comes Bonded again. This is how he made the move last time. Surely Finch isn't going to fall for the same trick. He's got to be so late on the brakes. Just make sure he doesn't go around the outside. And this time Bondon was a little bit more cautious. Maybe looking for the move into turn 3. But that's a very difficult one. Surely he's not going to be able to outbrake him into turn 3. Oh, had a little bit of a look.
Phil Reed closed up 1 second that lap. So these guys can battle. They've got a buffer. Yeah. But if they carry on at it, they're literally going to lose like a couple of seconds a lap. Oh, that's so close. Yeah, and we could see Reed back into this one at the end. Just depends how hard they go at it. Clearly, they're very evenly matched as well, so I can't see them breaking away.
Well, this is a circuit of chicanes, isn't it? I think it's something like, I think there's 11 corners around here, and 7 of them are chicanes or something. So if you do start fighting, you can really disrupt the flow of those chicanes and ruin your exits, and that's what this circuit is about. And yeah, let's see this time. He's even closer, actually, this time, I think. Less than 3/10 behind. But it should be relatively simple for Finch to defend this one. Just has to stay to the inside. Don't even leave half a car's length on the inside. Just don't give him a single chance. They're side by side going into the final chicane. Late on the brakes is Bondon. And he's stuck in there for a while, and that's kind of ruined his exit in the end.
Yeah, big time. Right. Like I say, I'm keeping an eye on what Reed's doing now, because I tell you, that gap is going to come down, down, down. So,
well, even Newton was 2 seconds faster than these two on that last lap. So, you know, if he's even faster than that, yet nearly 2 seconds out of the lead. Yeah, it's possible.
It's gone down to 8.2 seconds. So these guys, they did a 1:35.0 and a 1:35.4. Compare that against a 1:33.3. So, yeah, 1.7 seconds. It's not going to last that long, is it? Like that. So, that gap. And they haven't finished having a bit of fun out there yet. We've got 7.5 minutes to go, though. So there's not many laps on the table. Yeah, we have to be in the 30.
Wide.
They're trying hard now as well, aren't they? They're going for it, forcing each other into mistakes. This is going to be another at the chicane. And is Bonding going to try and go around the outside again? That's going to cost them more time. All the Phil Reed fans out there will be loving this. There he is in the background. Once again, not this time though. Bonding decides to try and go for a much better exit. See if he can do it for turn 1 instead.
Well, he's going to have the inside here for turn 1. This might be awesome for Bondon. Finch has got to be super brave on the brakes, but can Bondon force his way down the inside? Yes, he can. But can Finch hang on? He's on the inside. And through goes Bondon.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty impressive. You don't see many a driver go around the outside if they haven't got it completely done going through turn 1. So this isn't over yet, though. Gap down to 7.6 seconds for them as well. So I want to see them carry on fighting, because I'd love Reed to get there at the end, just to sort of spice it up and get all 3 drivers fighting for it on the final lap or something. Andre and Newton also very, very close. So Newton was 3rd, wasn't he, ahead of Reed? So that's kind of why we've got that little bit of a void. Had Newton not had the wing repaired, you think his stop was 12 seconds stationary compared to the other guy's 4. You know, so that's 8 seconds that he's lost. So he would be right there, wouldn't he, in that middle?
Oh no! he's
lost dear, 12.
Oh, I looked away. Oh, he's got damage as well. Scott. Oh,
gosh.
Can't believe it.
Stop listening to the stream while you're racing. Got himself all giddy. He's up on the TV.
Oh,
they're
side by
so
side.
close.
Oh, contact.
Oh, well, that's going to do
Oh,
it
he
for
can't
Reed.
go through, and Reed's gonna go through surely.
Well, he's going to be there at
Oh,
least. Here he comes.
Finch is into the lead now. He's got it one way or another. Bondon's just behind. They've surely got so much damage, and Reed is only a second behind. Oh my goodness. That's why you don't go around the outside there, you know?
They're sort of going at it, weren't they? And yeah, it's not happened. Right. How's this going to play out then for the rest of the race?
4 minutes 40 to go. Oh dear. Well, I wonder who's got the more damage, I must say. I think, so was it Finch who just spun round Bondon, or the other way round? I think it was Finch on the outside, wasn't it? And I think, yeah, here we go. So Finch will go to the outside here, and I think he tries to muscle it out round.
Yeah. If anything, I think
I think
Bondon
it's a
perhaps.
racing incident.
Yeah,
Really.
it is a racing incident. There wasn't just not quite.
Oh, they're
enough room,
changing for the lead as well.
Yes, this is what we wanted.
Here comes Reed. Reed might be able to go to the inside here. Oh, what's he doing? He needs to cover off the inside, back down the inside now. It's Finch. They can't make contact again, not quite. Oh, I thought Finch had just let go second place there because he ducked back into the slipstream. He's got to defend surely here, otherwise Reed's going to get through. But he's a little bit cautious right now, is Reed. Not going for the move straight away.
Yeah, these guys have been banned for a little while, so they know kind of like where they're strong and where they're weak compared to the rivals. But it's something that Reed's got to figure out, see where he can perhaps get a run, try and shape up some sort of move. He's been lapping very quick recently, so I think he's definitely got it in him to, if he gets by, to be able to hold on to it as well. Oh, so close to the wall there for a Finch. Maybe just a tiny bit of contact. He can get away with that one.
Well, Andre is 7 seconds behind this lot, so they have another little incident, then it'll be right there. But I think Finch may have lost out most with the damage. I think he got maybe a little bit more front wing damage. Oh, he's deep on the brakes there. As long as he stays within about 6/10, he'll keep that slipstream. But here comes Reed. He's surely going to have better straight line speed.
So if he gets by, you would think he'd be able to get the run on Brandon as well. So.
Oh, that slipstream is protecting Finch right now. Without that slipstream, he'd be just a sitting duck to Reed. But Reed's got to be decisive here because I'm surprised how little damage actually the top two have got. He's got to be, when the move comes up, he's just got to take it straight away because, yeah, he's running out of laps here. 1 minute and 50 to go, so 2 more laps including this one.
Yeah, I don't think they're finished having a go at each other as well. There's another potential move somewhere for Finch to see if he can win this one. If he can get to the front and then hold on to it, he has been particularly good defending that chicane corner by hugging the inside line. So maybe. Good drive off. Tricky corner, easy to get it wrong. Ask Sebastian Vettel. Very, very close. Through the back straights. Chicane.
He's lined this one up perfectly, hasn't he, Finch? He's as close as he could be. Has a little look to the inside. I don't really see the point in that because he's just tightened up his turning, hasn't he?
Exactly, his exit's all going to be compromised.
Oh, it's a pretty good exit there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's fortunately super close. Brandon got a little wiggle on it. Actually, he's a bit vulnerable. But you're right, if he'd have took the norm like a wider line, it'd have been even better, wouldn't it?
As he got the overspeed, he's pulling ahead, but he's going to have to be super brave. Will he go for it again?
Oh,
this is how they made contact last time. He's going to go for it here. Oh, and he's straight over the curb. He's going to get past one. Oh, he tried it again. I didn't quite see what happened there, but he had to kind of get out of it, I think, otherwise he was going to make contact.
Oh!
And oh, he's all over the
It's
place.
got damage. It's got damage. That's his race done. Don't pull over. You could have limped it back to the finish line. There's a podium on. What? Oh no!
Final
Even if
lap.
it was even if it was like a meatball, we could have made it. Oh, I don't like that. Finish the race, damn it! Reed,
Well,
well, he's 1.2 seconds back, so honestly don't think anything's going to happen here. Brandon seems in relatively good shape car-wise.
well, remember Phil Reed after the first 3 laps in this race was down in I think it was 8th or 9th position. Made his way up through the field. I think at one point he was over 15 seconds off the lead. He's only 9/10 off the lead now, but he'll be wishing that he had an extra second or so because Robin Bonden is still in the lead here. He's going to lose lots of time down this straight as his damaged car runs down here, but it's not going to be enough for Reed. Bonden started in 8th position, but we knew he was quick. And despite everything that was thrown at him, he's been absolutely superb. And here comes Robin Bonden for his first win of the season, and what a win it is. Fantastic drive from him across the line. Reed, what a comeback from him in 3rd. And Andre will finish about 6.5 seconds behind in 3rd. Alex, I think Spa was awesome, but you know what? I think that rivals it, no doubt.
Yeah, that's fantastic battling all the way through. Good battle at the end. I mean, it's a shame it ended how it kind of ended. And I say I never like to see a driver pull over when they could make it to the end and get a podium. Does belittle the driver's performance who are a little bit behind them. But yeah, that's me. But yeah, good racing all round, you know. I like to see the battle. And actually, there was a lot of racing throughout the field. And there's still a bit of battling going on right now as Sarah is trying to fend off Tom Van Human here as well, going into the chicane. I think she's got a good enough exit here to hold on to her 16th position and some points.
Yep, up 12 places. I think that's the 3rd best in the field. So nice one for Sarah. I was wondering what happened to her in qualifying, but that's much more like it. And I think pretty much everyone's across the line now. And yeah, I think we can take you through the finishes. So what
Just
a
a
race!
second.
Oh, yeah, I think we've got. Is it Joe who's not finished the race yet?
Oh no, it has finished, but
Right.
yeah, you are too quick. My fingers do
Aye.
work really well, but not that quick. There we go.
Okay, so Robin Bonden takes the race victory, followed by Phil Reed will come back from him. Enric Andre, he started 26th position and finishes in 3rd. That is that's incredible. I was talking earlier on how if he'd qualified further up, he may have been able to fight for the win, but you know what? I think he'll be pretty pleased that he started well away from the danger. Alexei Sorokin, his best result of the season. Great job from 11th to 4th. Johan Hart finishes in 5th despite that damage early on. René Osterkamp, he was a little bit quiet in the end. He dropped down to 13th with significant damage early on. He will certainly be fighting for the race victory, I think, next time. And he finishes this one in 6th. Scott Neaton should have really got the podium, but he ends up in 7th. Luke Bartson, good drive from him in 8th. Erkan Lindstrom, more points in 9th. Glenn Key, 10th. Evan Imrie finishes 11th. And it's Patrick Kessler. Disappointing for him, had to make an extra pit stop. He would have been right up there if not for that. Alistair Hay finishes in 13th. Daniel Morris, 14th. And it's Robert Plumley. Sarah Dove in 16th, claiming the last point. Tom Van Humen in 17th. David Butzelaar in 18th. Christian Takacs in 19th. Then it's Alec Hudson in 20th. Harrison Finch in 21st. Joe Ringrose in 22nd. Both of them 1 lap down, and it's Marvin Sleeman 7 laps down. Andrew Woodhouse we saw have his big crash and then disconnect in 24th. Conor Ryan finishes in 25th. I am Keeman 26th. Jordan Pierce in 27th, and Josh Thompson rounds out the field. He was fighting near the front early on, but and actually got pole position, but tapped around at the first corner.
I was about to say he wasn't fighting.
28th.
He wasn't fighting earlier.
For one corner.
It was getting punted earlier on, I'm afraid to say. So I've got to defend him when he needs defending, yeah, because he didn't do anything wrong there and got absolutely rogered. And there was only one outcome with sticking your nose in there, and there's only one driver that could have avoided it.
So the race 2 is reversed, but for everyone who was 1 lap down, isn't it?
I believe that's right, yes.
Yes, so it will be our co-commentator, Joe Ringrose, on pole position, followed by Harrison Finch, who I think will fancy his chances at the race victory. I think he certainly deserves a shot. Certainly join us for that one in about 20 minutes' time. See you then.
Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line. chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Would it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to the AOR Formula Renault 2.0 series here on Apex Racing TV, covering this, and yeah, of course, on the AOR Formula Renault YouTube channel. And I'm back, Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside Alex Simpson, and we just witnessed an awesome event in the first race of the evening. Plenty of incidents, plenty of overtaking, and it went down to the very final corner. So hopefully we'll have another superb event. And yeah, like I said in the previous race, Alex, that one was possibly the best race of the season. Just yeah, super competitive.
Yeah, fantastic race. Really enjoyed it. Great battling all the way to the absolute finish line. We've got a short little sprint race for this one. Let's hope for the same again. Maybe a bit more elbows out from the guys. This time trying to come through from the pack. Who knows what we're going to see.
Yeah, just practice coming to an end. And yeah, of course, plenty of quick drivers all down the field, I think, front, middle, and back. But at the very front, it's David Butler in P1. Tom Van Humen starts in second. And it's Sarah Dove in third. Robert Plumley fourth. Then it's Daniel Morris. Watch out for him. Patrick Kessler. Certainly watch out for him. He maybe is my favourite for this second event. But we'll wait and see. Evan Imrie in seventh. And it's Glenn Cleat, Urka Lindstrom, Luke Bartson, Scott Newton, Benny Osterkamp, championship leader. Johan Hart, he was quick in the first race. Alexei Sorokin, Enric Onjay, Phil Reed, Robin Bonden, the winner of race 1. And it's Christian Takacs, Alec Hudson, Harrison Finch didn't get pole or second place as we expected. He starts down in 20th. Then it's Joe Ringrose, Marvin Slubman, Connor Ryan, Jordan Pierce, Alistair Hay, and Josh Thompson. And I think we are about to get away here. And away we are. And it's Butler away. Really slow start there for Van Humen. Dove's up into second place already. What's a start for Butler. Dove's in second place. Spinner. Oh, I can't believe it. That was Plumley again. Had a few spins in the first race. Oh, and contact just ahead there.
Clearly not entertaining to be leading from the front, is it? He needs to come through the back. That's where all the excitement's at. Doing it for the fans.
But it was an awful start for Van Humen. I'm surprised he only lost the one position. Just watching Imre now defending against Hart. He's in ninth. Just looking at the other big games. Key's up 4 places, up into P4 now, and it's side by side just ahead. I think that's Human and Key side by side. Key's on the inside.
That's going to slow down. You don't want to do that on the first lap. You had to sacrifice everything because first lap slowdowns are an absolute killer. They never seem to go away. And maybe.
Oh, and it's 3 wide. And oh my goodness, how was that not contact between the teammates?
Still Human serving his slowdown lap.
Yeah.
I think now maybe he's back to full speed. Is he? I'm not sure about that either.
Oh, it's painful to watch. Yeah, he's still slow, isn't he?
Still slow, yeah. You watch it. If he doesn't serve it in 2 sectors, which is down the back of the straight, he'll get himself a black flag.
Oh, Butler's into the pits already. Oh, no. So the race leader...
Jump start.
I can't believe it. Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe that explains... Oh, big contact behind. That is Bonden, race 1 winner. Big incident, and I think that was with Josh Thompson because I thought I saw the Red Bull livery as well.
Oh, I think you might be right. Let's see if I can find that. Maybe. No, that's the aftermath. It was just going in. Oh, you see that? It just popped up over his wheel, didn't he? And yeah, they morphed through. There's all sorts of net codes going on there and everything. So, yeah, messy. What's happened to Sarah? She was in the lead going into the start of this lap.
Well, she's lost another position now to Kessler. Oh, Morris getting involved in Morris's round. Oh, that's annoying for Morris. That was a good chance at a podium for him. But he's going to drop down the field now, down into P9. Arthur will be next on Dove into the slipstream. Will Dove defend too much? Arthur's got a lot of overspeed here. Osterkamp's going to be just behind as well. And now moving past his Hearth.
Straight through. I'm going to get a replay because I want to see what happened to why all of a sudden. I don't get it. There's no issues. All of a sudden, just
it'll be around here, won't it?
But already slow. She was already 1.5 seconds clear going into this lap. So Oh,
there you
yeah,
go.
well, there you go. So yeah, so that's the two positions there, and everyone's just sort of got to run on another.
Oh, Key and Barton. They really like battling against each other. They spent. Oh, he's round his Barton. He saved it. That's a nice save. But he's now under pressure from Kessler. Kessler with a lot of overspeed here, defending his Barton to the inside. If he's got the inside here, he will surely be able to hang on. Such a tight chicane, this one. But no, Kessler's had the overspeed, and Barton might be able to fight back. Can he stay close? Will he go for it in the hairpin? Or will he line him up for the back straight? Because Kessler has got a lot more speed than Barton, you feel. Really needs to fight back now, does Barton. Can he get the drive? Oh, it's not great, and Kessler's looking strong for this one.
Good run, yeah, straight through. What's he got? 1.7 seconds, so we'll have to wait, I think, till the next lap to get an idea on exactly the sort of pace difference between them out there. But Keith's not slow either, so it's not going to be as straightforward as I think we're thinking. And it is only a 25-minute race, and we're already 5 minutes in.
Oh, Dub and Andre are very close. And oh, it's 3 wide. Oh, this is terrific. So Dub is in the middle, Andre on the inside. Osterkamp will now have the inside, and he gets the pair of them. But round the outside now. Can he get the inside here? Contact maybe. Osterkamp's wide. Andre might have the better run, and he might be able to squeeze through here, but Osterkamp got the better run. That's 2 in 1. And yeah, superb from Osterkamp, really showing why he is the championship leader.
Oh, Kessler, I thought he was just going to get a little nudge from Barton behind there, just to upset him a little bit. And it looks to me more like Kessler's having to look what's going on behind than forward. And the gap is not coming down the front. It's exactly what Key needs. It's hard battling, as I think that was half, just in a slightly wider line, kicking up some of the marbles.
Well, if these two keep on fighting, then they're going to have Hart involved, Osterkamp involved, Andre will get involved as well. And even Morris is still looking pretty strong down in P8. I think he might be able to catch up as well. So this could be costly for these two. But no pressure seemingly for Kessler this time round. He kind of needs to just break the toe a little bit. I think that's a good move. No point in defending fresh air down to this chicane because it loses you so much time. He just needs to have a couple of nice corners, break the draft, and then he can put his attention to the car head.
Battling hard again behind, aren't they? Love just seems to be struggling a little bit. Pace was pretty strong, I felt, in the last one. Half of the fastest lap.
Osterkamp. Hart is through. That's a brilliant move again from Johan Hart. Osterkamp might be able to fight back. He'll look to the inside, but
Andre as well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Hart is just ahead of these guys. I think they're teammates, aren't they?
Oh, every time I cut back, it's at that same camera angle. And Barton is so close always to Kessler.
Hart was half a second faster than the leader on that last lap. And he's about 2.5 seconds off the lead. So he's right in this one, but he's going to be right on the back. Barton's actually lost a little bit of time through there, hasn't he? And that's actually allowed Kessler to pull away. And now the chase can properly begin.
It's probably what he needs to be off, to be fair. Kessler now can really try and hunt him down. I mean, last lap he lost what, he didn't. He gained a 1/10 of a second. So even with having that constant pressure from behind, he was still able to close in on Key just a fraction. So, yep, we're not quite at, we're way short of the halfway. He's wide that inside line desperately, didn't he?
Oh, contact, surely. Yeah. And Hart
You could just tell the aggression of Hart.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, he's beached.
Oh, he's beached. Well, yeah. What can you say to that one? I mean, he's very aggressive getting in there, and you can understand why it was there. The defence was pretty aggressive as well. All went Pete Tong.
Well, I was talking about before this race how Hart had entered 3 races. 2 of them had been second positions, but a 5th and a DNF for him today. Not really the results he wanted. But
But just,
Andre's not,
oh, I'm just watching that back on the stream as well, because it's always like what happened there. And it was just like, no, you're committed now. You're committed to going forward. You can't go back. You're done. You're screwed. Oh, oh. And I think he knew it as well. The minute he started to go up that curb, he was done. Well, here we go then. One lap. That's all it took, without the pressure, for Kessler to get right onto the tail of Key. And he's inside the slipstream sort of zone. I think he's too far back to actually get a move done this lap, but he's going to be right on him.
yeah, maybe even down turn 1 he might have a chance. I hope Key really fights this one. I don't think he's got a win this season. In fact, he hasn't got a podium. Hasn't got a top 5 this season as Glenn Andre Key. 11th in the championship, yet to get a top 5. So it looks as though that's going to change, but judging on today...
No, it's not!
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. Oh,
You nailed him,
believe
and
it.
Kessler's got front wing
Oh.
damage as well.
That's the worst.
Eric Andre for the win! You actually
Oh.
couldn't have got it any better.
Oh, I'm sorry, Glenn.
He's gonna get a top 5. No, he's not. He's in the Wall of Champions.
Oh, I've never felt so guilty.
You murrayed him. There's a few things you can do really, really well, Sam. One is place a bet. The second is commentate curse someone. So people are before long are gonna not want you on these streams. Me because so you keep winning, and the rest of them because you keep crashing them out. Right, what is going on? Lindstrom with problems. Dropping down the order.
Thompson's up into P12. He started down in 26th, got involved in a crash on the first lap, and yet he's still in P12. Newton 11th. I don't really know what's happened to him, but he's failed to really make any progress. Considering he was so fast in the first race, should have got a podium.
And not lapping particularly quick either is Newton, so yeah, some issues there. Perhaps just caught in the pack.
Kessler's in the... sorry, Andre might be going for the lead here. There he goes, Kessler's got so much damage, and here he comes. Andre, he gained, was it 24 positions in the first race? He's gained 14 in this race, and he's into the lead. And Kessler, I think, may well even make a special effort to let his own teammate pass Osterkamp, so Osterkamp has a chance of the win. Andre on that last lap did a 32.91. Osterkamp only a 33.42, and Andre's been driving away from him. So you know what?
Yeah, he has. That's the thing. He caught him up, overtook him the last lap, and got past and just drove away. So can't see that changing all of a sudden if Renault gets past his teammate, which he's going to do, I feel, in just a second. As Kessler's not going to fight this too much, and no, he doesn't. So, but yeah. I feel quite confident in saying that Eric Andre has been the driver of the day so far. Let's see how my kung fu is compared to yours, Sam, shall we?
Well, seeing that I'm quite good at bets, I'm going to say Osterkamp is going to win this one.
Now that's a challenge, isn't it? Which one's going to win out? Your commentating curse or your betting skills? I don't know. Right, what's going on? Let's have a look a little bit further down. See if we can see something else. Key into the pits. Or still in the pit, shall we say. Trying to get that serviced. So this is Newton, Imre, Sorokin and Thompson. Newton has got to the front of that little group now. So he is at least moving forward. What did he do last time by as well? Still a slow lap, only 134. So really hasn't been able to turn it on this race yet, and got a bit clear track ahead of him. Thompson behind these two. Imre and Sorokin are going to be side by side going into turn 1. Dov, slip him still back through the order. Really not confident round here, I'm guessing. Seen some great pace from her today. This season. So yeah, it surprises me.
Yeah, 4th in at Nürburgring, I think, and several other top 10s, so very much surprising. Of course, had a good drive actually from last on the grid in the last race to finish in 16th. Here's a move for Thompson down the inside. That's a nice move from him. And
with his damaged front wing as well, so it's not
it's not
straightforward for him. Now he hasn't got slipstream with Sorotkin, so it's going to be a bit trickier. And Newton actually coming under a bit of pressure again from Sorotkin. I need to jump to this battle, I believe. This looks pretty tasty. So Barton and Reed. Reed have another good run. Quite make it all the way to the front last time, but got close. Seems to have a bit of a following.
He dropped that back a little bit, didn't he? Coming onto this back straight. He's not going to be able to challenge a guy that we haven't talked about whatsoever in this race, Harrison Finch. Starting in P20, we thought he was going to start in second place, but us with the rules. Oh, Kessler's out. He's into the pits at least, which is as good as out, really, because he's going to have to fix that front wing. But Finch is up into P6 now, starting in P20, and of course could have won that first race. And yeah, he's had a fantastic job. Bill also Takat had a disappointing first race and a disappointing few rounds actually, but in 7th at the moment.
Yeah, not bad.
Run.
Not bad little run this time, is it? Definitely where the battle is at right now, though, between Finch. I mean, although Plumley and I think that's Lindstrom, is it, or Plumley and Imre on the timing screen, also very, very close. We'll stay with this one for the moment. Yeah, it was Plumley and Imre as well, and they have changed position. So Rob Plumley, after his disastrous opening corner, is slowly working his way back. See, I told you he'd do it for the viewers. That's all it was for. He was like, none of this time from second place. This won't be exciting as well. Let's come from the back.
Well, he might be leading right now if it weren't for that, because he's had really good pace today. Made plenty of overtakes. He has now just been overtaken, but he's been really fast so far today. Probably the most competitive Rob Plumley that I've witnessed, I think. And yeah, he would have been fighting for the podium at least, I think. And here he is, coming straight back past Imre. And yeah, he can get that one done quite easily.
Yeah, nice to move clean. Gets himself clearly alongside and through. In fairness, Imre could have defended it a little bit tighter, you know, forced to the outside. But we've seen what can happen when you do that. There's been a few incidents tonight. Oh, 2/10 again for Barton and Reed.
Oh, you can go for it here. You know what? Barton's actually left that one really open, didn't he? He took a very tight line from the corner beforehand to open up the next corner. I wonder if that might be a good surprise attack, because Reed hasn't really got the runs out of the hairpin so far. Looking to the outside here. But just has to stay in behind. He's all over the back, but he's got to get this one done quick. Otherwise Morris, who remember had a spin, he would have been up fighting for second place, I think, if it weren't for that. And by the way, gap between the two leaders, Andre and Osterkamp. That last lap, Osterkamp gained 0.4 of a second, so 1.5 seconds between them lot. And 25-minute race this, so yeah, 7 minutes and 50 to go. And but this is the battle which matters right now. Reed looks to the outside. Will he try to muscle it round? He's got the momentum. Is Barton brave? He is. Oh, brilliant!
Great
from Reed. He just has so much momentum, didn't he? And Barton couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, that and the balls to actually hang it around the outside. You know, we've seen it a few times tonight. It's what nearly handed in the victory. Oh God, that was so close. I thought Barr was coming steaming in there. But yeah, great driving. Cat got your tongue, as it sounds.
Well, it would be a great day for Phil Reed, 2nd and 3rd. And oh, I thought I may have done it again. But yeah, Reed currently 5th in the championship. He'd go ahead of Godin because Godin isn't here today, and Summers isn't here either. So Kessler. Yeah, it'd be too. Oh, you know what? He'd be close to Kessler at the end of this one.
Yeah, it's not been at all the meeting for Kessler, has it? He wanted, you know, I think he actually had a chance to close in on his teammate in both races. You know, he could have picked up points, but it's just the way it's worked out. It's just not at all right. last lap then was purple for Osterkamp. Sector 2 has been purple for Andre this lap. So they're literally just exchanging sort of purple sectors at the moment. Both of them went green on Sector 1 this lap. So they are absolutely pushing to the max. Let's see what they do as they cross the line.
I think this is a good one for Monja, actually.
So a 132.73 and a 132.70. So a new fastest lap, or a 6 brings it up on the screen. It's not rounded to 2 decimals. So, yes, ever so closely edging in is Osterkamp, but there really is nothing between them.
Finch is looking for the move on Morris still. So, yeah, Finch is looking to make the... I must say, I don't think I've seen Morris this quick either. I think right at the start of the broadcast, I actually said how, you know, there'd be a few surprise top teners, and I must say I've been super impressed by kind of Plumley and Morris and Barton, probably more than anyone, Barton particularly. Just, you know, usually guys who struggle to get top tens, and they're out there fighting. Oh, it was a contact as well.
Yeah, it was. Checked to both up there, didn't it, as well? So Finch gets 2 places in 1. Thank you very much. So that was Takax, wasn't it, who originally had the problem?
Yeah. No, it's Barton.
Oh, sorry, you're right. It was Barton.
I was saying how not good he was driving. I should.
You are on fire,
You see, I'm tempted to compliment Enric, but I think that'd be unfair. But still, yeah, Barton, Morris, and Takax. Newton could get involved in that one as well, because he's in P8, just slowly making his way up the field. Thompson's up 16 to 10th, and here we are. So Takax going down the inside, and Newton gains 1 as well. So Morris has had a rubbish lap there, gone from 5th to 8th, I think. And not what he needed. Oh, crash.
I mean, we were in between camera angles there, so I didn't really see what happened, but, you know, spinning around, so it's a pretty hefty one. What the heck?
I didn't even realise who it was, sorry.
It was Barton.
Barton, yeah, sorry.
So let's look on the roll bar, because he's a little bit sideways coming out of the corner.
Oh, he's losing it. Oh, he's so deep, isn't he?
Bosh! He gets hit. He actually gets hit as well.
Yeah, I think that's the time model. He overheated those tyres, and once he did that, he just lost all his rear grip, and you know, it was always going to happen eventually that he was going to have a slide. And it just happened to be a corner where the wall is very close. So, is it 3 more laps, including this one, I think, for Osterkamp to make up the gap? It might be a bit close. We've got, what, 2 minutes 45, and it's a 1 minute... It's a 1 minute 30 lap time, so they should get in 3 more, I think.
It's gonna be close. See what they are like when they actually cross the line. It's a good idea. Just sneak in another one. You never know, that maybe that 1 extra lap might catch somebody out on the fuel. They just sneak through, depending on the pace. Morris, all of a sudden, dropping down, big damage. So, quite what's happened to Morris.
Or did he run into the back of Barton? Because he was fighting.
Quite possible,
wasn't he, at the time? I didn't actually see the contact because it just went out of
camera. You're right, it was him, yeah.
.34 between the leaders currently. That last time round they were identical lap times. 32.92. This lap, Osterkamp I think has made up a 10th or 2. down to we're down to 1.2. So he was a tenth faster in the first sector, lost a little bit in the second sector. Let's just see this one. So Osterkamp there, 2/10 faster. Sirotkin's got ahead of Newton, by the way. So Sirotkin's having another awesome race. Again, super impressed by him as he now crashes.
Yeah, that's not over and done with, though, that's for sure. Yeah, right. One more, and then then it's the final lap, isn't it? So get this one in, and the white flag will come out. Thompson's behind. Thompson has got damage on the front of that car as well, so he's done well to sort of run with these guys and catch them up. Perhaps not quite as severe as some of the others we've seen tonight, but still will be hindering him a little bit. It's a shame. He looks strong here today, and got with damage once again. That's why Sirotkin's gone through, I'm guessing. I don't know where Scott's picking this up. I wonder if that's like, you know, the phantom hits that he's getting because of the net code. But you can get it off of the curbs here as well if you just plonk them a bit too hard.
Yeah, I think it was quite recently because until the last couple of laps, he's been quite comfortably ahead of Sirotkin. And oh wow, down the inside, that's deep. Newton will come back. That was very far back there from Thompson, but if anything, he's gained from it, and he should have plenty of straight line speed. Newton defending, will have the inside line.
Oh, check flag is out. Didn't quite make it to the finish line, so Eric Andre takes the win, and Osterkamp comes across in second. Oh, that must have been so close. I felt confident they were going to get through.
Yeah,
but they didn't. Phil Reed comes across in third. Wow. There you go. That spiced it up right at the end. And look at these guys fighting as well. Plumley's in there on the line. Can he get it for the fans? No, he can't.
Still points for Plumley, though. I think it's top 12 getting points in this one. So Connor Ryan picked up the last one, I think.
Yeah, they've finished in come across as well. Oh no, shorter, isn't it, on this second one, isn't it? So was it just top 12? Yeah.
I think so. It's something like GP2 scoring. It's based on that, but not quite sure.
Anton, you shouldn't be saying things like that. We don't need to know what Scotty's been doing, who he's been touching. Well, I'm glad to say my driver of the day did a new win. And yeah, my Kung Fu clearly not as strong as yours, mate. But Osterkamp, you cancelled it out, didn't you? That was the thing, so you're okay. Said he was going to win, and yeah. But yeah, fantastic race, actually. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, both races. Yeah, were absolutely. I think that's probably the best double meeting we've had. I think I think the races are improving. I think Donington was awesome as well with the strategy element. Brands was good as well. I think it's just these circuits that we're going to. I think next time is it Circuit of the Americas. I think it is an American circuit. But yeah, that'll be a good one. But the results now, and Enric Andre finishes in P1 from 15th on the grid. He'd only started 5 races before this, and he finished on the podium in 2 of them. So yeah, Andre's been super competitive this season, and hopefully he'll be able to do the next season full time. Benny Osterkamp, brilliant job from him from not a brilliant start. Finishes in second. Then it's Phil Reed, another podium for him in third, might be up into second place in the championship. Harrison Finch, really the result he deserved, but could have been a better day for him in the end. Down in started in P20th, finishes in fourth. Then it's Christian Takak, second race for him. Alexei Sorokin, super impressive today. Josh Thompson finishes in 7th from 26th on the grid. Scott Newton finishes 8th. Then it's Daniel Morris 9th. Robert Plumley, nice job from him after that spin in turn 1 in 10th. There's Evan Imre, I think, for another 11th place. Connor Ryan finishes in 12th. There's Erka Lindstrom 13th. Then Sarah Dove, Tom Van Human. David Butler, the pole sitter. Patrick Kessler, frustrating day for him. Could have really been two podiums quite easily, but just got caught up in incidents that weren't his fault. Then it's Alec Hudson, Luke Barton, Alistair Hay, Joe Ringrose, Glenn Key, he was up there to begin with, before I cursed them. Johan Hart finishes in 23rd, Marvin Sleeman 24th, and then it's Robin Bonden, race 1 winner, 25th, and Jordan Pierce rounds out the field.
So I apologise, I couldn't quite get to the front row of the results there, and that's something we've got a little glitch that we've got to sort out in our project. Got to add a row number. So yeah, Scott, either me or you, mate, to add that in, because it just defaults what we were to on the last race, and we don't have a back button.
Shall we get an interview with Harrison Finch, if we could?
Yeah, let's do that. Who else have we got in there? Let's have a look as well. Yeah, let's bring Finch in first. What do you think?
Hi, Harrison.
Oh, sorry, my internet was messing up a little bit then.
No problem. 2 really competitive races for you today. First one didn't quite go the way that you wanted, but I think in the end you really showed how much pace you got in this car, and yeah, super competitive, but you must be quite pleased in the end.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the first race didn't really go to plan with the ending, but it was a fun race, and that's why I decided to race today, just for fun. Put about an hour of practicing in the session before, so yeah, I think it was quite a fun race, just disappointing about the ending. But yeah, the second race was also really fun. Shame I got a bit of damage because I understeered into the wall, but it was still really a clean race.
Yeah, it was just so hectic out there, and of course just incidents going on everywhere. And you know, Montreal, you get that round here. Is this a circuit that you particularly enjoy?
Not really, especially in this car, because it doesn't take the curbs very nicely, but it's quite a fun track to race on, so yeah, I just wanted to race today. Wanted something to do on Friday night.
Yeah, of course we've got one more round. Can we expect to see you next time, maybe?
Probably not, but on the track, so yeah, probably won't.
Yeah, and before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, thanks to the team, Positive Sim Racing. The former Renault guys did a really good job to make a decent setup for this week. Without that, I won't be able to get the good results. So yeah, thanks to them.
Thanks, Harrison, and yeah, we hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Thanks for the stream.
Right, who shall we pick next? Oh well, perfect timing. That was good timing, Phil.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Welcome to the booth, mate. Good couple of races for you. You must be delighted with those results.
Yes, absolutely. It's it's probably one of the best couple of races I've had in terms of a single race night for a while. You know, I've had a good few of the longer races and a few decent feature and sprints here and there, but this is one of the better ones for me. Coming through the field, and the sprint was really nice, and then the first race was tricky because it was sort of like there was a lot going on, so I never really knew where I was because there were a lot of people that had pitted at different times, and then there were a few incidents. And then I just found myself in third after the pits, and I was like, oh, brilliant, okay, here we go. And I thought I'd stay there, but then all of a sudden, the leaders, here we go, they're coming together. I've got the chance now, and unfortunately, not quite in the end, not quite close enough, but it's the closest I've come to a feature race win for all 9 seasons of Formula Renault. So
9 seasons, get in there, go on. Well, I mean, so you got the run. You only could get, I think it was, I'm trying to think who it was that you got the run on, but you were 9/10 of a second back in that final lap, and you were cursing in a way. So close, but yet so far. I was well. When you watch it back, you can see I was willing you on.
I'm sure I'll see that. Yeah. Damn, man. Just that little bit. Just needed to be a little bit more committed, I think, in those laps, because I was taking it very cautious that race. I think a little bit more lap time, and perhaps I would have been in a better position. But I'm certainly happy with second. I didn't expect it, so it's all good.
And I just want to ask the question that obviously the team change, what's gone on sort of behind the scenes, that you're now in the orange rather than the purple. I mean, does it make any difference to you, or what's the deal with that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's no different. I mean, the first and primary reason as to why I switched to orange is because originally we only had the 3 teams of blue, red, and purple, and obviously I was purple. But then we had Kerry join as a part of Team AOR, which meant there had to be a 4th team created, which is orange. And it just so happens I like orange, so I wanted to be in the orange team. But also I've been teammates with Kerry pretty much ever since we started back in Pro Mazda back at the end of 2014 when we started the whole thing. So the fact that he joined, I was like, well, I have to be his teammate again. That's just how it is.
Makes sense. So, final race of the season then is at Road Atlanta, I believe.
Yep.
How's that one for you? How do you like that blind corner?
I'm actually all right there. Yeah, especially that corner, I'm actually not too bad. I think Road Atlanta is actually a pretty decent circuit for people racing on a pad like me, because it's not got too many strange corners that throw you out. Turn 5 is a bit tricky. That one can catch me out because I overcorrect far too many times in there, which is what causes me to spin. But Road Atlanta, I've gone well in the past, but recently it's kind of been a bit hit and miss. But I want the win, so we're going to go for it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic circuit to race at, I think, in these cars. That big long straight, you know, and the twisty section at the start as well. Just good combination, and there'll be different downforce levels. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Kudos as well for the pad driving. You don't drive like a pad driver out there, that's for sure. Do you know what I mean? You look so smooth, and that is not easy to do. I've known a few good pad drivers in my time, so congrats on that, mate.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I just thought, I have to mention it just so that everyone knows that I'm racing a pad, because otherwise it's not as impressive. But now everyone knows, it's all good.
Yeah. And the trouble is you see, every time you mess up though, they'll just blame your pad. You know, bloody pad driver.
Actually, I did have that at the start a few times, but I think people realise now that it doesn't really hold me back in a lot of ways. So. I think typically now I don't get blamed for pad. I've got from a couple of incidents where, because my stick drifts, so I'll be going down the straight and I'll all of a sudden start going left. I don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, I imagine just getting it calibrated right is just a pain in the butt in the first place.
It was, and I spent so long trying to do it. I remember the first sort of 4-5 seasons of Pro Mazda when we did them. It was, when I first started iRacing, it was all about trying to get it as smooth as possible. Trying to get the steering inputs to be smooth is probably the trickiest thing. And so I worked on that just for hours and hours and hours, just sat there doing it. And then eventually it just sort of came to me. I've definitely improved that over time. It's just my general driving ability that sort of faltered just through less practice all the time. But I've done more practice this season. I feel like I'm finally seeing the rewards of it towards the end of this season. It's coming good.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, congrats, mate. Two podiums, solid race meeting for you. Yeah, and we enjoyed watching you at Road Atlanta. Before you go, quick shout-outs.
Big shout-out to the main sponsors, Hype and Elgato, obviously sponsoring all of AOR and also Team AOR as a part of it. Big shout-out. And also shout-out to a lot of just everyone that takes part, all you guys. It's always great. I love racing this league, and everyone that takes part always has a big role to play. So, thanks to everybody. Just widespread love.
Thanks, Phil. See you next week, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Who's your next victim, Sam?
Shall we take Josh Thompson?
Okay.
Hi, Josh.
Hello.
You're joining us in the booth quite a lot recently, and of course driving quite a few different cars recently. You told us last week, I think, that you were never going to step foot in the Renault again, but here you are.
I had a reason, to be honest. It was the fact that if I wanted to sign up for next season, I might do a few if I need to, if I'm a bit bored, but you need to complete 7 rounds. I've missed so many being away with real racing. I had to do 7 to complete it, so I had to do the last 2, which is a bit annoying. And I also had a penalty what I needed to serve from a while back, so there was no point of bailing out of it when the guys had put a lot of work behind the scenes. So.
Yeah, fair enough. And that first race, I can't actually recall what happened to you, but how did that go?
first corner, remember?
So, yeah, exactly.
Oh, yes, Paul.
Got
Yes,
punted by a rallycross driver.
super
That's a chill.
unlucky.
Nah, I was gutted because tonight, like, I literally, like, same as Harrison, me and him jumped in, I think, the same time. And obviously, me and him have been testing all week for the GPS on Sunday at Watkins. So I literally got back in the lead, didn't get accepted back into the league till 1 minute before the session went live. Joined in, somehow managed to put it on pole. I just love the car, like the track and the car combo. It's quite nice here, so I was quite happy with that. And it probably could have gone a bit better as well in that time. And I was like, okay, I actually might have a chance here because I knew I had the pace advantage, especially over distance. But it's like anything at this track, like that turn one thing, the amount of people who do that, same with the chicane, the amount of people who do the stupid stuff, it's just, there's no need for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if it weren't for that, with all the chaos that was happening, you would have certainly been challenging for the race victory to the end. But that second race, I guess it gave you plenty of opportunity to practice your overtaking, and 26th to 7th, and had one of the cleanest cars at the end. I think at the end. So yeah, it was a pretty good run.
Definitely not the cleanest car at the end. No, I'm gutted because I think I should have won the first race. The pace I had in the car, and race 2 in from the start from the pack, with basically coming out into the chicane, ring roads had internet issues, glitched into my car and then half spun it over a curb and gave me loads of floor damage and left suspension. So my wheel was like 45 degrees to the left a little bit, and with the floor damage, so like down the straight, did people pull 4 to 5 temps? But to come through and be able to match them, I don't think if I had no damage, no issue why I couldn't have been at the front, especially with Andre.
Yeah,
but I was trying so hard to make up. I was just driving with pure anger in race 2 after what happened in race 1 still.
Yeah, it was very much a day of what could have been, because yeah, like you said, both of those
standard for me then this season.
Do you think you'll take part at Raiderland?
I'm not here.
You're not here.
So I've got to ask the admins about next season sign up, and most likely I agree if they won't let me in, because obviously I've not done enough rounds this season, which is fair enough, but couldn't really help it with real racing commitments.
Yeah, and
also to clarify on the skin quickly, Alex, I'm just running it because I just wanted to be a privateer for the last races, just on my own, doing my own thing, because I just felt I could drive a bit better, like keep it to myself a lot more, and tonight proved it, went P1 for the first time in a long time.
Makes sense. I was on your Facebook page, I was like, what's going on?
I saw that in the boosted and CQR chats, like, what's this all about? I'm like, no, don't worry.
Yeah, because it's been great to watch your season, Josh. And yeah, is there anyone you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Tonight, I'd probably say thank you to the admins, especially Bill, for getting me in with 1 minute to go. Without that, I wouldn't have been on the grid, and you guys for the broadcasting, because obviously I did the most on my own tonight.
Yeah, cheers, Josh, and I'm sure we'll see you very, very soon back on
probably
some TV.
Probably Tuesday or Thursday. Right,
see you then.
Right, I think we're going to do one more. Sorry, guys, for those that are waiting. I'm not going to pick the one I don't think we've had in here before. It's Tom Van Humen.
Hey guys.
Hi, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, but the sprint race could have been started P2, but Glenn Key was behind me, and he was going for a move at my right, and I just overshot the corner. Got a slowdown penalty as well for 2 seconds or something, so I needed to give up every place that was possible to give up, and started from the back again. So yeah, that was a little bit disappointment, but I got points in both races, so yeah, I'm still happy as I don't like the track very much.
Actually, I do remember the slowdown penalty. I remember calling it, saying it's like the worst thing you can possibly get on the first lap, and you almost needed to sacrifice loads of momentum in that corner just to sort of save that. And I think probably wouldn't have been quite as painful, but yeah, in the end, like you say, good couple of races, and yeah, I mean, we don't often talk to some of the mid-pack guys, so Nice to have a chat. What's kind of like the goal for you for the final race of the season? What did you start the season with, like aiming for?
At the start of the season, I was like getting more consistency in and better results. So that's achieved because I was getting that was possible last season. I got like race all the last year at the same exact way. So yeah, the point was for me to stay out of trouble, and yeah, that's paying off. And for the last round, I'm going for top 15 again. And for next season, I'm going to get more practice in. And yeah, going for 100 points in the standings. I got now 50. I think so.
Yep.
I'm at half. So
yeah, that'll be pretty impressive to double that for next season. Decent step
Maybe.
forward as well.
Yeah, maybe like last time I branch heads, like getting more top 5 or more top 10, like getting more consistency. And so for like a future race, like long race, to be more consistent and getting like maybe P11, P10 or something like that for next season.
And who's your teammate out there?
My teammate is Joseph Ringrose.
Ah, we know Joe. Well, well, let's see what both of you can do. It'd be good to see both of you guys kicking in and around that sort of top 15 zone, whacking in the points regularly. That's for sure. Well,
I still know a time when I was in the Pro Mazda with Phil as well and Renee, and I was like at the back for every race, but 2 laps down or something. Just I have improved, so I'm happy with that.
yeah, awesome stuff. And I tell you what, over the years, we've seen a lot of drivers come into series or start off in series around the back, you know, and they are that far off. And it's great to see them come through to the mid pack. And I really, yeah, wish you well on next season. And if you know, we'll follow you with a bit of intent to see if you can start to clock up those points and get towards your target. That'll be quite an achievement, I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm really going for that. With official races, I'm doing every week, every race, so that's achievement as well because I've never done that before. I was like, I do only the races or only the tracks I'm good at, and let do what it is. But yeah, I've done that.
It's amazing how much more you learn actually doing the stuff that perhaps you don't enjoy. You know, you're not so keen on. You know, and actually you come across some real cracking tracks. You think actually this isn't bad. You know, once you start to learn it.
With oh my god, what track it was? I got like P13. What was that? The season Motorsport or something?
Yeah, Motorsport. Yep.
Got like P13 or something. I was like, oh, where did that came from? But yeah, I'm still learning, and I'm surely going for top 10 maybe next season or the season on that. So I'm still going for Formula Renault, and yeah, I'm still learning. So.
Awesome stuff. Right, well, before we let you go then, who makes it happen for you? Give them a shout out. And
for Joseph as well for getting me in the team this season. I've learned a lot. And for my Dutch fans who are always watching Nigel, Julian and Cindy. So that's
awesome. Thanks very much, mate.
right, thanks for having me.
Yeah, enjoy your Friday. See you Friday. And yeah, we'll catch you next week for the final round of the season. Right, Sam, over to you, mate. Wrap this show up, I think.
Yeah, and well, a couple of rounds we've had in this AOR Formula Renault 2.0 series here at Montreal, and of course, certainly catch us next week at Road Atlanta for the season finale. I was just looking at the championship points, and I think Osterkamp now has a 100-point lead. I think the maximum amount of points you can gain in a weekend is 56. So I don't want to call it too early because I probably got some, you know, double points or something. But whichever way, I think Osterkamp is certainly on the edge of claiming the title, if not has already claimed it. So well done to him. But yes, certainly catch us on Apex Racing TV. Check out our own YouTube channel, like I said previously. Make sure you check out the final round of the season this time next week. And yeah, we'll see you then.